Givenchy came out with a new foundation, and I'm making sure I'm saying Givenchy, not a different brand, because in my last video I was doing the new Dior Canage eyeshadow quints and I said they were Chanel, so I'm making sure that these are Givenchy. Yes, you gotta laugh at yourself sometime. And thank you so much for pointing that out to me. Because I did that intro a couple of times and then editing it a couple of times and it just didn't dawn on me that I said Chanel instead of Dior. And I know I'm rambling on, so I'm just making sure that this is about Givenchy. So again, Givenchy came out with a new foundation, and it's the Prism Libra Glow Serum and Blurring Hydrating Foundation. Let me make sure I'm saying the name right. Prism Libra Glow Serum Blurring and Hydrating Foundation. Yeah. They do say that this is a skin improving foundation with 24-hour blurring and 48-hour hydration. Now, I'm not going to wear this foundation for 24 hours, let alone 48 hours. But with the 48 hours, I wonder if that's after you wash it, maybe it still has that effect on your skin. I don't know. So I'm looking on the website about the 24-hour blurring and 48-hour hydration. This foundation is a blend of long wear blur and glow boosted by powerful skincare ingredients. This formula improves your skin during and after wear, so it's pretty much after you take it off. So it's kind of like skincare where it just kind of enhances your skin. So in 3 weeks, skin is 4 times more radiant, more blurred, and more visibly hydrated, even after removing the foundation. That's what it says here. This foundation has the efficacy of a serum and the performance of a foundation. It's powered by microhyaluronic acid and ceramides yuzu extract. This technology is a blend of soft focus powders that creates a blurring effect while light reflecting pearls diffuses the light for a natural looking radiance. You do get 1 ounce of product in here in a nice glass bottle, and it does come with a pump, and for that it costs $61. There are 30 shades in here, and I did pick up 2 shades actually. In my Sephora haul, I did mention I picked up 4.5, but I kind of thought it was a little bit light, so I went ahead and ordered on the last day of the sale 4.8, or 4.5 in and 4.8 in. They're both neutral undertones. So let me show it to you side by side. This one is 4.5 in and this one's 4.8 in. And 4.5, it does say it's medium to medium tan with neutral undertones. And the 4.8 in is medium tan to tan with neutral undertones. Let me swatch 4.5 in on the back of my hand first. There is 1 pump. There it is. So it is kind of serum-y there. And then let's compare that to 4.8 in. So yeah, here's 4.5 in and 4.8 in. So yeah, I'm glad I got a deeper shade. So let me just kind of swatch that there. You can see it does have a glow finish, but yeah, you can see the difference in shade, and I think I like 4.8, and that's what I'll be using today. And before I put the primer on, let me go ahead and swatch it on the side of my face. So this one is 4.5. See, that one is a little bit light for me right now. And let's go in with 4.8. So yeah, you can see 4.8 is a little bit more my skin tone. I could probably go to 5 in. Yeah, let's see, do they have a... Yes, they do have a 5 in, and that's tan with neutral undertones. So not a medium to tan or medium tan, but it's just tan. So I think I will return 4.5 in and try 5 in, or get a sample of it. But for now, I'll be trying 4.8 in. I'll be using 2 primers. These are my favorite primers. This one by Sisley Paris, the Double Tint Sheer Primer, and my favorite of favorite primers is this one by Smashbox, the Original Photo Finish Primer. But let me start with the Sisley Paris first. Oh, let me wipe this off my face. And let's put the Smashbox, kind of just pat that in over my pores. For concealer, I'm going to use the one by Givenchy, and this is my favorite concealer. Been out now for probably a couple years, maybe not that long, but this is the Prisma Libra Skin Caring Concealer, and here's what the doe foot applicator looks like. And I do have it in N385. Which is tan to medium deep with neutral undertones. This one's not too heavy for underneath my eyes. It doesn't look cakey or show texture or anything like that. And it does have good coverage. It does camouflage my dark circles there. I really do like this concealer. It does last, you know, for a good while. And after a while, it will kind of sink into my wrinkles, but it is what it is. I don't think there's anything out there that can camouflage it. So now let's go in with 4.8 in. Again, here's what it looks like. Now it does have a scent to it, and to me, it kind of smells like the Chanel Sublimage scent. That's what it smells like to me. And I'll be using the BK Beauty foundation brush. Just kind of stamp that in. Now I would say that this is kind of light to medium coverage. I can add a little bit more to give me some coverage, just to kind of hide some stuff, but it does look very nice. It looks like my skin. It's very serum-y like. But let me go ahead and add a little bit more. And plus I am peeling on my nose right now. It's a little bit darker, but this is definitely not a full coverage foundation. So this is right after I apply it. You can see that it's very glowy. Plus keep in mind that I do have the lights here and it kind of, you know, shines my forehead there, but it does have a glow. It's not matte and it looks very pretty on. It looks like my skin. It doesn't emphasize texture. It doesn't sink into my pores and it does look very nice on. And I think this one's a good color, 4.8 in. So I'm gonna let this set a little bit while I finish doing my eyes and I'll come back and use my favorite Givenchy blush. And I did forget to mention this in the beginning, but I will be using the new Givenchy pressed powder as well. So let me go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. So this is what it looks like after about 15-20 minutes on. It still looks really good, but it is giving me a glow. Now I do have combo oily skin, so I don't need too much of a glow. So we're gonna use the powder, but first let me add bronzer and a blush. And Givenchy is coming out with a new bronzer. I believe there are gonna be 3 different shades and it's not available for us here in the States yet, but I will be getting one of those. It's kind of set up the same way like the setting powder and the blush where there's 4 different shades. So yes, I will be getting a Givenchy bronzer, but for now, let's go in with this new one from Dior. It's the Jumbo Bronzer in Deep Matte. So just add a little bit. It does have that kind of like a jasmine scent. Now I'll be using this blush from Givenchy, the 4 color powder blush. And I did do a video on the ones that I have. I did some swatching and I'll link it down below if you want to check those out. But the one I'll be using is 05, which is Pope Line Violine. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Now it does come with a buff. And I don't know if you can see the 4 different colors. It is kind of hard to swatch it because it does eventually just kind of blend in together. Or I should say it's kind of hard to swatch individually. So here is 05. A pretty pinkish plum is what they call it. So I'll get my brush. This is from Sonia G. And then just apply. Now these powders are very pretty. I kind of like a loose powder blush. No, I think I put too much on that side. And whenever I add a blush, bronzer, cream, or powder, the foundation doesn't move. It just, you know, stays in place. And yeah, I did put too much on that side, didn't I? Now let's go into the new pressed powder. This is the Prism Libra 4 color pressed powder. It's an ultra blurring, mattifying, and color correcting 4 color pressed powder for an all day natural matte finish. Now I do have the original one. I don't know if they reformulated. I'm assuming they did. And I also have the original loose powder before they reformulated to where it's now illuminating powder. And a lot of people were upset about it, including myself, because I don't want an illuminating powder. I mean, you can kind of see with this foundation, this Glow Foundation, I don't need any more. I need something that is mattifying, and I do love the loose powder. Now the original pressed powder that I have, it's not my favorite. So I've been trying the new one and so far so good. But let me first compare the two. The original one comes in a matte case, whereas the new one is more shiny. And you can see that the clasp is silver, whereas here it's black. And when you push that to open it up, it does have a brush, which we don't use. And then you lift it up and here is the original one. And I do have this one in 05, which is Pope Line Mimosa. Now the new one, same thing, you use the clasp to open it up. It does have the same brush, but you open it up this way. And I don't know, I kind of like it when you open it up at the top, just less cumbersome that way. So in the new one, I did pick it up in 06, which is Organza Ombre. I figured since I already had 05, might as well get 06 just in case it is the same formula. I don't think it is, but let me show you the difference side by side so you can tell this is 05 and this is 06, so it is deeper. Oops. Now try to swatch it, but unfortunately this one did get kind of hard pans, so maybe that's the reason why they redid it. But you can see it's a little bit more yellow toned. And 05 is for medium to deep skin tones. And let's swatch 06. This one does feel a bit creamier. It's not hard panned. And this one is for deep skin tones. You can see that it's more orange. So let me kind of swirl it all around. You can go individually squared because they do have a picture. For the top left, that one helps to visibly correct blue tones. Top right provides radiance. The bottom left corrects and conceals, and the bottom right unifies. So we'll just go ahead and use all 4 shades. And I'm gonna go on this side first. Now this one does have a scent, but it's not too bad. Oh yeah, that looks pretty on. And you can kind of just see from here to this side. This is more mattifying where you can see the foundation there. Now let me just go in the top part, the top 2 squares, and just go more underneath. There we go. And let me do it again for my forehead, just on this side. All right, I hope you can see the difference now. This side I powdered, this side you can tell I didn't. Doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look powdery, it looks really good on. So again, here's this side, and let's go underneath. Now let me go in these 2 squares and concentrate that more underneath. You can get a small brush, and let me go into that deep shade, and let me see if that will work there too for like a little bronzer. Yeah, almost. And then let me clean it, and let's go to this orange square and just kind of concentrate that more underneath to kind of camouflage that dark circle that I have there. Oh yeah. And then let's go in the yellow one and just kind of concentrate that on my forehead and down there. What do you think? Let me go ahead and complete the look with this lip balm from Givenchy. I don't have any lipsticks, I just have these lip balms, and it's the Rose Perfecto Tinted Liquid Lip Balm. And let's go into this shade 110 Milky Nude. I think I will use a lip pencil, but I just want y'all to see what it looks like without adding another color to it. But it just looks like a light gloss on my lips. And here's the finished look. And what do you think, guys? Now, what do I think about this foundation? I kind of like it, even though it is a glow foundation and I do have combo oily skin. When I do set it with powder, I think it looks really good on. It does last for hours. I'm not going to wear it for 24, and I pretty much don't see anything after 48 hours, even after I remove the foundation. I don't see any hydration because I do put my skincare on, so I don't know about that one. But it does look very pretty on. It looks like my skin. It's not showing any texture. It's not settling in any fine lines. It's not giving me those white dots. Now my skin is peeling here on my nose and on my forehead. I just see that now. So I'm glad I'm doing this foundation review now, because probably another day or two this will all be peeling off. So yeah, ignore that if you can see that, but other than that, this foundation does look good. So if you do have dry skin, it will look beautiful on, and if you have combo oily skin like me, you can see that once you powder it, it looks really good on. It doesn't look powdery or cakey or anything like that. Now the shade 4.8 I think is a lot better than 4.5. In the Sephora haul I did have 4.5 and it did look a little light. So if you saw that video, you can see the difference, and you can see the difference when I swatched it, especially here on my cheeks. But yeah, I think 4.8 is a pretty good match. I will go and try to see if 5N would work, and I will return this one 4.5 because I think this one's going to be a little light even in the winter months. Now the powder, I like it a lot better than the original one. The original one, yeah, it's kind of useless right now. And that's probably why it wasn't working, because none of it was getting on the blush or on the brush. But the new one, it feels a lot creamier. The other one just feels rough and just kind of like you're not touching anything. I do wish that the brush would flip up instead of out to the side, because that's just, I don't know, that's just kind of cumbersome when you're trying to hold it. But yeah, that's the only complaint I have, is that how you open this to the side instead of to the top. Now I will say this, probably after 4 or 5 hours I do get a little shiny, especially in my T-zone, but I'll just get the powder and just reapply. And it doesn't get powdery or cakey when I reapply it. So I do like the foundation, and I do like the new powder, the pressed powder. I'm hoping that they'll bring back the loose powder, not in the illumination form, but in the original form. That'd be nice. But for now, I'm good with the pressed powder. And of course the blush is beautiful, and love the concealer. Yeah, my favorite concealer. Well, alright you guys, thank you so much for watching this video of me trying the new Givenchy foundation and the new pressed powder, and also using a couple other products from Givenchy. And if you liked and enjoyed this video and it was helpful, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this, and you'll have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.